Dragon Warriors Season 1 Episode 16, History Lesson. Get ready for a lot of learning, everyone's favorite part of class. Still better than math. Well, for a lot of people, English more suck with me. You'd think the guy who speaks English his entire life would be good at English. No. Why would that be the case? Then again, when the hell am I ever going to use Shakespeare in real life? Let's be real here. At least with some of these stupid math equations, you could probably use it in real life. I mean, after you get to division, it's like, okay, now you're just kind of padding, aren't you? But it's like, what am I going to use half this crap in real life? I don't know. History is at least interesting in the fact that we have war in the entire world, so... It is funny, though, to be like, the kids who are just like, learn history of the actual planet you live on? Pass. Learn the history about this video game? Absolutely. I'm there for hours. Fiction's more interesting than real life. What can I say? Can't really blame them, but it's still like, damn, man. You're missing out on a lot of interesting stuff. Some boring stuff, too, but that's just a fact of history. I mean, there's been some boring parts of history. There's been boring parts of fiction. Life is life. Yeah, well. But anyway, now we're going to learn the history lesson. Are you everyone excited? Get your... Remember to take away your own calculators, because you'll never need to use them in real life, right? What do you mean it's built into your phone? What if the entire episode was just Dookie pretending to be asleep? Or waking up, rather?
What the hell?
You're just lucky Astropia has good health insurance. Public health insurance, or whatever the heck England's is called.
Something different.
Public health care, something like that.
Let's figure out where I am.
Well, he wakes up, he's in the Age of the Gods pilot. Guys, this isn't funny.
Well, I should have expected this. And what is this? It's a kind of prison that looks like my bedroom?
I can think of worse prisons.
Defeated me or something? What's going on here?
This is the other place. Oh god, he's locked. Turns out he got hit by a car or something, and now his brain is in cyberspace. He's now Noah Kaiba.
Finally have a talk. What the? Who? Wait. You look familiar. Have we met before?
My name is Johnny. You owe me $3.
Yes, I was always there for you in the spirit. And you could see me ever since your father died and you inherited his deck.
You're
Just
my
like
guardian
you started to
angel.
See your dual spirits back then. Then, after that incident last year in the underground dueling...
Good job killing those people, by the way. I support.
All the way somewhere in the back of your mind, and we couldn't come in contact with you. Not your dual spirits, not I, not anything.
Very rude of you leaving us on red.
Dual Guardian, is that right? I remember you. You're the one who gave me my father's deck. And you told me so much about... Wait, I do not understand. Where have you been this... Oh, you just told me, weren't you?
I do not understand. You just summed up a good chunk of the Dragon verse in a nutshell.
I lost the duel against Jonathan, I lost my Black Road, and now this is happening, like... Where even am I? I know for the fact that this isn't my room. It just doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's a completely different place. Like, how?
Why? Because you're in black and white.
Well, I'm a dual guardian, that much you know, and I'm not just the dual guardian. I'm one of many. We're basically one same species that is created solely for the purpose of guarding things. Something.
It's a good thing this entire world revolves around Duel Monster. Otherwise, imagine like God made Chaos Charge reference.
Like you, a human or something.
Also, that one's in the top left. That probably covered his reference to Excalibur.
For example. Oh, and we also have powers to create pocket dimensions.
So I think it was like Aiden with Sacred Journeys and some other one. Probably Dookie again.
We can create these little pocket dimensions so we can have a talk to people. Like
Again, the good thing the entire world revolves around Duel Monsters. Otherwise, imagine God associated with angels to focus on a children's card game.
What are we doing here exactly? Where am I? Am I dead or something? I mean, the last thing I remember is I lost to Jonathan, and I lost both of my dragons. I lost my Black Rose and...
I mean, if Satan exists, then by extension God exists, right?
I don't know if I did, but it most likely is the case since that's what Jonathan was after, so... It's most likely that's what he took. On the contrary, actually. Not only did he let you live, but also he was unable to take your starter Spark Dragon since you have already bonded with him spiritually. You would have bonded with Black Rose eventually, but that just wasn't the case in this situation.
There wasn't enough time.
First of all, good. Starter Spark Dragon is still with me. That's a good thing.
At least I got
Still
something
lost
out of
my
this.
Black Rose.
No, I can't nuke the field
What do
anymore.
you mean by connecting with it spiritually? And what do you mean he'll let me live? Wasn't his whole plan just take all my friends' dragons and then kill us? Like, so we don't get in his way? Like, what's happening here?
You still have your Spark Dragon.
Well,
He still needs that,
wasn't
so you're
his
still
plan.
useful.
It was somebody else's plan, and his intention...
Not to mention the friends intervened.
Personally, his intention was never really to kill you or your friends. Only make it seem like he did. So he can go...
They aren't really
he
dead.
can fool the real mastermind behind all of this.
He's double-crossing the
That's
demon.
hard to take in. Whose plan was it anyway? Well, actually, before you
Joe.
start
Joe who?
explaining,
Joe Mama.
I'd like to apologize for what happened back 2 years ago in 2012 when I was doing in the underground. I don't know what I was thinking.
I think you just said those years ago, because we just
I
said a
saved
stupid
my
number.
mom.
That messes with
What?
the timeline. Or you just misspoke.
In that, I also took lives of so many people. One of them even came back to haunt me and beat me. And
I fed up with this world.
Should have never let that happen. I never should have went to underground dueling. And worst of all, even though I saved her 2 years ago, she still died in a car crash. You know, one
Damn,
thing
all
that
of it to
was
save your
with
mom.
friends,
She still
specifically my
dies.
father, is the fact that
It's
you
sad,
should
but
never
it's
blame yourself
realistic,
for things
unfortunately.
that are outside of your control. Did you know what was going to happen in the underground there? No, you haven't. Did you know that your mother was going to die in a car crash just a year later? No, you didn't.
Be grateful it was a year later. You have
Outside of
still
your
bought her
control
one
to
more
determine
year
your
with you.
destiny. And the destiny
Where she
of
was running
people
out of time
around
if you didn't do what you did.
What happened there wasn't your fault.
You may not have stayed her for long, but you still extended her life. That's worth something.
I guess you're correct. But still, it doesn't really give me an excuse to hurt other people like that, even if it's not really me. Even if it's forces outside of my control. It's still not correct. Not to mention even Jonathan came after me. He came back from the dead, and now I lost. He got back at me. He almost killed me, even though you would really have to explain me if it wasn't his intention to kill me, then what's going on here? I'm willing to listen. Well, there is a lot of things that I need to explain to you. If you want to understand what exactly is going on, I'll have to explain you the whole history of our universe. I'll try to...
Why does everyone put this episode on 2 times speed?
I'll also leave out a lot of details so we can get to the...
If you want to duel in this
we can get
episode,
to
skip to the next
basically
one.
need to know. But before I do that, I do want to explain...
It's called
to you
History
that
Lesson for a
Jonathan
reason.
never held an actual grudge against you.
Really? I
Maybe
murdered him and he
first.
still was fine with it.
What?
Okay, yeah, it makes sense.
Really, he was fighting for the same reason as you did. To save
Makes
us
sense. Inherently
from
angry, but moved on
So
eventually.
really, it was either you or him there. So you two are kind of on the same page on that one. If that's the case, then I'm willing to listen. This might also shed the light on what exactly happened there. Like, also, how do you know so much about Jonathan? If you're my dual guardian, then how exactly do you know more about Jonathan than me? Simple. We dual guardians are like a giant hive mind. What one dual guardian sees and hears, the others will as well. Jonathan has had his own dual guardian until he inherited stuff that were left behind by his parents from him, which is the same thing that I did for you and the thing that I'm going to repeat. There's a lot more cards from your father's deck that you did not inherit because you weren't ready at the time, but now I know that you are. We'll get to that
In the Dragon Warriors reboot, this basically gets turned
Okay,
into...
thank you
It's a
for
deck
shedding
box
some
I
light
haven't
on that,
opened yet.
history of the
Dual
whole
Guardian might
universe.
still have been part of the lore. I don't know.
I'm willing to listen, but let me just first mentally prepare for whatever you're going to say. Give me a second.
No. Hamana, 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 hamana.
Okay, I think I'm ready. Shoot.
I'm your father. Nope, wasn't
Let's
ready.
go back at the beginning. It all begins in a blank space. Nothing. Before the multiverse was created, before the first universe was created, and there existed one.
If only Duke could just put out like
single
Microsoft
OC
Paint or something in order to
being.
show this.
We'll simply call him God. Just a shape, bright shape without a physical body, visible to a mortal mind. He
Oh, he calls himself God? In that case, you can call me Super God.
Potential in it. But he couldn't do it alone, which is why he started by creating two creatures that grant life, two disciples. They were known as Astral and the Azure Dragon. The Azure Dragon and Astral started shaping the universe, creating ground and flowers.
Astral, however, destroyed the universe by creating Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. That was a joke.
On all planets. Astral would create
Just gonna put him in the lore, though.
bodies and everything else, while as the Azure Dragon would give them life. But this took a big toll on God, because they were using some of his power as well. Which is why he knew that after a while, his time will come to an end. And with that in mind, he started writing something known as the Symphony of the Universe. Following that symphony, the life goes by the way that symphony is written. Everything that we do in life has been written in the symphony, the way that we live our lives. It's all already pre-written. But sadly,
Your life is predetermined. Screw you, Yu-Gi-Oh! TBD.
God lost all his power and energy to continue. So the last thing he did before he disappeared, he told Astro and the Azure Dragon one thing, a prophecy. Since his Symphony of the Universe was never finished, he said that whoever shows up to be and whoever is worthy enough to finish the symphony.
It is no longer a symphony. It is now an a cappella.
So whoever finishes the symphony, the universe will bend in their own image. With that in mind, Astro and
So we're hunting for
Azure
musical
Dragon
codes,
many,
musical notes.
Many, and I mean very many locks and puzzles and tracks and all that somewhere deep within the universe.
Bro, just make it
Maybe
childproof and
somewhere
it's
deep
basically
in the
invincible.
multiverse. We don't know yet. We don't know that much, or at least.
Dude, we could make a whole
my mind
Netflix
doesn't
series
know
of
that
just searching for MacGuffins.
So
Because that's like 90% of Netflix shows anyway. Okay, that's hyperbole. It's a good
They were
chunk.
created in an opposite
Seriously, they make a joke about Netflix race changing everyone. That's true. The other, but how about how Netflix was like, but a bunch of people running down hallways getting things?
frequent.
They're fetch quests.
So basically, they all exist simultaneously with us, as well as their world. If something were to break that barrier, that would cause major chaos, but so far, nothing in the future is really telling me that that's going to happen. The next beings that were created were you humans.
Universe considers that a bad move.
Well, this was all created before God's passing, and the creation of humans is what made him start writing the symphony. Because humans were waging a lot of wars against each other, fighting to the death.
We are good at that, to be
And
fair.
God tried to minimize that by simply creating a simple game which involves the creatures from the other side, the dual spirits. He created the game you now know as Dual Monsters.
But then we turned that into a weapon too, because that's what we humans do best.
Of you humans has been mostly decided by this simple game that you nowadays play. It sounds a bit stupid, to say the least, but it's a lot more rational than shedding blood. Unfortunately,
Instead of shedding blood, we send people to the Shadow
There was
Realm.
one thing besides just God before the multiverse was created, and that's the balance.
I was gonna say
Balance of
Starbucks.
chaos. Good cannot exist without evil, and evil cannot exist without good. Which is
Regardless,
why
you
when
explain
God
yin and
created
yang.
his Azure Dragon and Astro in the universe, there have been created two opposite deities, dark deities, basically lords of hell. They were known as Ultimaya Tzolk'in and Don Thousand. Basically, they were the devil and Satan of our universe, or our multiverse, however you look.
You got two Satans for the price of one.
And they used the dual monsters to their own advantage, trying to cause chaos and destruction. They have created what we now know as the Shadow Games. Basically, the loser dies. So even when God tried to minimize the conflict and
It didn't work
the
out.
casualties of the conflict, there were still forces outside of his own control that he could not stop. So basically, there has been a war between humans and the Don Thousand and Ultima Tzolk'in. Among all else, there have also been 4 special tribes existing in the world of humans. The tribes of mechanics, shall we call them. They were known as the Ritual Tribe, Fusion Tribe, Synchro Tribe, and Exist Tribe.
And like all tribes, they got a little peace, harmony, there were never any problems ever again. Believe that, they weren't paying attention in history class.
The most. So once Tzolk'in and Don Thousand decided to start creating wars using demons and also using other humans against them, they have created something for the respective tribes to use. The Azure Dragon gave the Synchro tribe cards known as the Dual and Signar Dragons. Almost all of them were Synchros except Dragon Necro. Nobody really knows why that was the case.
It's a weird thing, but whatever.
3 more special cards that go into that category again.
It's like a Five-God Dragon was supposed to be an archetype or legendary,
The
until
Dragon
nope.
of Chaos, Light and Darkness Dragon, the Dragon of Pure Light, Light End Dragon, and Dragon of Pure Darkness, Dark End Dragon. To also give a little...
It's cool those got retrains, though.
Also, Light and Darkness Dragon was for some reason an effect monster instead of a synchro, which is also weird, but we don't know why that is as well. As for
Throw our
Astro,
hands up in the
or
air
Exist
sometimes.
Tribe, he created the number monsters, these monsters that have their own specific number.
Again, when they remade the Light and Darkness Dragon, they
Along
turned them
with
into
those,
effect monsters
they
again.
have created their own disciples, learning
That was neat.
from their old master, God. They figured that if they want to win this war, they will need a bit of help of beings that are as strong as them, or just a bit below them, which is why they created their own disciples to lead the 2 tribes to battle. For Astro, that was the 100th number 100, Numeron Dragon. And for the Azure Dragon, that was the card that you use. Stardust Cipher, Divine Dragon.
Oh geez, so we got basically a
Well, during
Numeron Dragon on our
battle,
side.
It evolved into an even stronger monster, but that is going to happen a bit later.
Spoiler.
During the battle, Fusion and Ritual Tribe felt a bit left out, because they didn't really have deities that they were worshipping themselves. So they really didn't have gods, something to call gods of their own mechanics.
So they
Which
made
is
their
why they
own.
decided to create their own artificial gods.
These are our golden calves.
For now, there's an important thing that happened. After Don Thousand saw that the Azure Dragon and Astro have created their own powerful cards to give to humans, he gave his Barian generals some interesting cards. Intrigued by the idea of number monsters, he created 4 fake numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and also created 7 Barian numbers, known as the
fake 1 through 4 number was a bit of a filler arc, but it was still fun to see.
103, 104,
Yuma teaming up with his old villains and stuff.
106, and 107. However, this backfired drastically, as after his Barian generals were defeated and destroyed, the Xyz tribe, or as we're going to call them, the number users, they took the cards, and they decided to use the power of Numeron Dragon and the power of Astral within him to basically purify those cards, so they could use them to their own advantage.
I am impressed by how much of Dookie's doing this in one take, though.
The cards that are going to lead to his defeat even faster.
Not one of the wisest men in the world.
Tolkien learned from his colleague, shall we say, and decided to, instead of creating his own cards to use, he decided to take from the Dragon Warriors, or the Synchro tribe, shall we call them. He took one of the Dual Dragons and one of the Dragons of Balance, and he gave them to two of his three generals. Well, the third general didn't mind though. He's a bit laid back, so he didn't really care. The three generals were known as Despair, Scar, and Avenger. Avenger got Wheels of the Diabolic Dragons, and Scar got Dark End Dragon.
Oh, jeez.
During the
we didn't see Beals be summoned in the previous duel, so, guess we're going back a little bit against the Lancer. We just need to get lucky.
During the battle, to be more specific. Because they finally created their own artificial gods. They were known as Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid.
Yo!
And Supreme King Zark.
Jeez, man! No kill like overkill.
They created their own gods. They have created two new mechanics. One based of
which will turn into frickin' Link.
Combining together other monsters.
Fusion turned into frickin' pendulums to make their fake gods.
Abilities using magic, and the other one based on evolution. You see, the Fusion tribe decided to create creatures known as pendulum monsters.
So it's all their fault.
They will come out very soon, actually.
Duke,
they were the combination.
Jake, did you know we were part of the Fusion tribe?
Monsters. Some monsters that they were been using were a bit too volatile because they had too much power within them.
I'm pretty sure some of the first monsters that came out that were pendulums without being pendulums originally, like extra deck monsters, were fusions, so that's interesting. Might be wrong though.
And the other type of power in a second form, which would be its spell form. And using that, they have managed to combine 4 different summoning mechanics.
Actually, they might have been Xyz. Whoops.
Including those pendulums, of course, being one of those 4, into a being that is the combination of 4 different mechanics. Supreme King Dragon Zark. I could go a bit into detail of how that happened, but
that's fine. I've seen Yu-Gi-Oh! Unleashed.
I'm going to keep it brief so you can understand all this better. Same goes for Dark Fluid. Dark Fluid is something known as a Link.
An ugly dragon.
Link monsters, instead of being used...
Although admittedly it has grown on me a bit with time.
Magic, they were actually being created by science and evolution. The Ritual tribe tried to bypass the limits that the ritual monsters had behind ritual spells and stuff like that by seeing if they can evolve those monsters into something stronger. And they
combined all the types.
They have created an evolution
Still
of
blue though.
Monsters, one that no longer has restriction.
Makes sense. The blue cards are into more blue cards.
Known as the Link monsters. Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid was the first one they created. Although it became Dark Fluid after its first form helped them a little bit to advance their technology and create more evolutions of ritual
more of
monsters.
me, please. I'd like some friends.
By giving him more power, combining him with more power of ritual monsters and Fusion, Synchro, and Xyz. So basically, what the Fusion tribe did with Zark, except instead of using pendulums, they used more ritual.
No fight to so to study and relax
and
too.
That is how those two were created. Artificial gods, but gods nonetheless.
Passionate duelist, but...
So, during the conflict, Dunthausen and Tolkien decided to enter the conflict personally, fighting. But during the conflict, Tolkien actually betrayed Dunthausen
Born Vector.
Sucking all of his power into him, taking all of his power and transforming into a more powerful being, known as Bishbalkin.
Dang.
As that happened, Tzolk'in was left
1,000.
vulnerable. So the Synchro and Xyz tribe decided to take the advantage of the moment. They knew it wasn't really noble, but while he was vulnerable, they destroyed Don 1000 and the rest of his Barian army. But
you ever see the end of Lion King with Scar getting attacked by the hyenas?
Not only himself
That
got more powerful, but his demons and his demon army, including his generals, have become even more powerful. Which led to the gods of mechanics, that being Dark Fluid, Zark, Cypher, and the Numeron Dragon, and to finally take a stand and fight themselves. So far they were mostly supporting the other tribes in battle, but now it was apparent to them that they have to enter conflict, which led Cypher to evolve into an even more powerful being known as Shooting Quasar Dragon.
which you can't summon yet, although you could in Age of the Gods.
Were losing the power quickly. Learning from the one that came before them, Azure Dragon and Astral knew that if they wanted to prevent all of this, they needed to have a sacrifice. So what they did was they sacrificed themselves and their power.
I sacrificed Scooby-Doo.
Of mechanics, basically turning them into new gods. And with that kind of power, they have managed to create their own disciples now. With the Azure Dragon giving most of his power to Shooting Quasar Dragon, evolving him even further into a creature
even further beyond
of absolute cosmic power, Cosmic Blazar Dragon.
Dang, another evolution. And so I think since this came out, Shooting's only gotten more evolutions.
Their own
Ridiculous.
to help them in battle. Numeron Dragon created 2 number 99s. Well, there was already Utopic Dragon, but he created a second one just to give him a little backup.
Could never hurt.
Dragoneer. Quasar has created a being known as Shooting Majestic Star Dragon. Zark has created 4 dragons known as the Supreme King Dragons. Odd Eyes, Starving Venom, Clear Wings.
Oh, that's kind of forced in the corner there. Meh.
And finally, Dark Fluid has created his own disciples, one of each summoning mechanic, just like Zark. They had a lot in common besides being artificial gods, as you probably noticed. So he created a fusion monster known as Cyber's Clock Dragon, Ritual Monster, Cyber's Wizard.
It's funny that he's the one that got the overframe art first.
And Disease Monster that goes by...
The Ritual needed the most out of all of them.
Fluid, known as Firewall Exceed Dragon. And with this power, not only did the 4 tribes and the gods of mechanics and their disciples managed to stop Tzolk'in, but defeat him altogether.
Take that. Insert vicious battle here.
Sadly, even though Tzolk'in was defeated at the time, he still managed.
Meanwhile, in the reboot
curse
cartoon, it's a bunch of
time.
heroes and their dragons
From
coming
that
out to
point
destroy
on,
them. So basically the same idea, but with some more
After
additions.
Their descendants come. After they create their own descendants, they will all perish over time in unpredictable ways. Tzolk'in never stated
Bunch of car crashes.
how they would die, leaving them in suspense, always leaving them to think and be afraid of how and when they're going to perish, just to torture them mentally for defeating him until the day he can finally return, take over the world, and destroy the descendants of all the number users, the dragon warriors, and everybody else. Which leads us to this day.
Any other questions?
Your father
Yes,
was
sir.
an
Several.
inheritor of the Cosmic Blazar Dragon. You currently hold the spiritual form. See, not only did he gain its powers, but he had to limit himself because he was a bit too powerful and only allowed those powers
Too strong,
when
please
it's
nerf.
absolutely needed, which is why he split himself into 3 forms. The spiritual form being number 1, the one that you currently use, Stardust Cypher Divine Dragon, which also, by the way, is the reason why he's basically bigger than the Earth, and why his attacks don't really have any effect on the environment, or really anything else they hit. It's all spiritual energy rather than any kind of physical interaction. His second form, Shooting Quasar Dragon, which holds a lot more power. And then finally Cosmic Blazar Dragon, his final god form.
His GG Easy
That
form.
all leads us today. Tolkien has taken advantage of a few of the Dragon Warriors and number users. And starting with Jonathan first, of course. And then Jonathan collecting all the others. You know, like Ryan Rels, for example. Well, you already know him.
Lucky me.
I see. Well, if that is the case.
I was impressed by how much shooting you managed to do in one take. That was like 20 minutes of
Actually,
pure
there's
raw
nothing
talking.
to say. I completely understand.
And I didn't really notice any big cuts.
So
Like a
basically,
couple here or there, but
I'm one of them.
dang,
That means
good work.
that Daniel is also one of them. Is Sam one of them? Is Zach one of them? Like, you have to tell me who can I really trust here. Okay, I know I can trust my friends and all that, but you know, there's probably other people I have to trust.
You could trust Adam.
Other Dragon Warriors and other number users. What about members of the Fusion and Disease tribe and the Ritual tribes? And I know you left out the details so you can, you know, tell me basically this whole story as best as you could. But there's still some things you kind of need to explain to me.
No, I don't.
That's understandable. Yes, your friends are Dragon Warriors and are number users. In fact, you and Daniel are both. Your mother was a number user, and your father was a Dragon Warrior. I still have possession of your mother's deck, her Xyz deck to be more specific. However, you don't need to have it yet. If you ever need it, I will find you,
And I will
give
kill
the option
you.
of
Wait.
taking it. But, as for now, it is not really needed. But what you do need to do is beat me in a duel. So you can get the rest of your father's inheritance. Not all of it is yours, some
A
of
battle
it is
for inheritance, if you will.
I figured that you should win for both of them, for both you and him. Although, I do have to tell you something that you probably didn't notice, but your brother has a bit of doubts about himself since, you know, you are basically the strongest one in the family currently, which leaves him a bit in your shadow, even though
Naturally.
you're not making it feel that way. You're always there for him and helping him. But
Yeah,
it
people have
doesn't
some
really
conscious
help him
thoughts.
develop as a person. You might want to help him stop doubting himself a bit. Oh, and another thing. There's one thing that I left out, but I figured I should tell you right now. Basically, you and your friend Sam, your family has a long history of rivalry. Let's just say that Red Dragon Archfiend and Stardust never really got along as much as you and Sam do right now. And just so you know, you won't really have to explain this to Zach, Daniel, or Sam because their own dual guardians are currently explaining it to them while they're currently unconscious because, as you know, they were also defeated.
Makes sense.
But basically, you and Sam will have to inherit some more stuff. I already told you about you, but Sam also has some inheritance that he needs to get. More specifically, a whole deck. A whole Red Dragon Archfiend deck.
That is Red Eyes Red Dragon Archfiend. Just Red Dragon
Very
Archfiend.
powerful Red Dragon Archfiend duelist. Even though he wasn't using a Red Dragon Archfiend focused deck. More specifically, a Red Eyes deck. But
That was not
his
gonna cut
dual
anymore.
guardian is a bit more senile. Even though we're basically
Get off my lawn!
find we're still kind of like you humans and your dual spirits. We all have our own personalities and problems. So basically, Sam's dual guardian doesn't really know who he should give the inheritance to. For years now, he has been giving a card known as Scarlight, Red Dragon Archfiend, to many people. Last year he gave it to some nobody who lost against the person who saved you currently and your friends by calling a hospital.
Lucky us.
And he felt miserably, of course. Now that we found you and I finally came in contact
So
with
Cryptic
you,
Skies Rewatch is coming in.
Duels. It will be a tag duel. It will be two separate duels. You versus me and Sam versus him. To see if you two can get the rest of the inheritance that you two deserve. You will need it in the battle against Zulkin because the battle has just begun, and there is still a lot more that's going to happen. And
There's always more in store
right away because who knows? Maybe Zulkin figures out that I'm still alive, and maybe he sends some kind of attack at us or something like that. So, when am I supposed to wake up exactly?
Oh, now, honk.
Well,
Hits with a frying
a
pan.
long time ago. But it was me who was keeping you asleep. This was the only way I could come in contact with you.
But you're telling me I woke up and then you put me back to sleep?
Basically,
Yes.
put me back into the deepest parts of your mind, just like all your dual spirits. Which is why becoming unconscious was the only way I could get through to you. Although the first one who got to you was Jung Synchron, but that was due to the fact that you were suffering a lot of damage in a shadow game by Ryan Rels, which is what allowed him to come in contact with you. I'm sure you two have a lot to catch up to, not to mention that you have people waiting for you on the other side to wake up. But before I leave, and before you wake up, there's something I'd like to give you. Oh, is that a fedora? I like those.
I could be a Reddit mod.
Well, yes. This used to belong to your dad. I was keeping
Not
it
my
for
fault
you.
that Reddit ruined the
I
fedora.
figured now is as good a time as any to give it to you. So, here you go.
Meanwhile, on Reboot, it gets it by like episode 6.
Looks
The
nice.
Reboot really does speed things up quite a bit. Completes the look.
I like it. I always wanted to have a fedora. I guess I just don't remember enough of my dad, considering the fact that he died when I was very young. But I guess if anything else, I share my love for fedoras with him.
Tuh.
You're correct on that one. And I just want to say that
R/Dragon Warriors.
Vincent was definitely a good father for you for this past year, but I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you when your mother died.
I was your green-eyed gray dragon.
I can't really imagine how you felt then. Basically committing a homicide for nothing. 2 years ago, you managed to save her from her illness, and just a year later she dies from something like a car crash. I cannot
Life is
understand
unfair.
how that must feel for you. Mostly because we dual guardians can't really feel emotions, but we can still feel sorry for something like that. So, I'm going to let you go now. You should probably meet 2 people that have helped you. Trust me, they're good people. Try making friends with them. Yeah, well,
I'll try.
thanks for explaining
Success,
everything, it's fine, it's understandable. I mean, it's not really your fault I pushed you away, so I should be the one apologizing for that one. Well, I guess it's time for me to go now, am I right?
I have to go now. My
Yes,
planet
but
needs
before
me.
I let you go. One more thing. That test that me and Sam's Dual Guardian are going to do will be happening in the realm of Dual Guardians. In order to get there, you will need to open a portal, and for that, you will need to collect enough Dual energy. My suggestion is that you and Sam either get into a battle royale against 2 other people, or tag duel against 2 other people to open up a portal. So with that in mind, I'm going to let you now go. Goodbye, Yuki. It was nice seeing you again. I hope to see you soon.
Dual Guardian also tells Dookie not to talk about the link and page of the mechanics that hurt the timeline, knowing stuff he shouldn't know about.
Dual Guardian. See you around.
Huh. And that was a 40-minute history. Okay, not 40, more like 35, because intro and theme song and stuff like that.
Where am I? Who are you two?
Relax. We're the ones who saved you and your friends from near death next to that hotel you know.
Thanks for the save, Jamie. You're a good pal of mine. I'm sure we'll keep you around for a long time.
You're welcome. Now, let me introduce myself. My name is Lee Lumiere. And you don't have to introduce yourself to me because I did my research on you because I needed to know who the Jonathan guy was after.
Okay, then. And, who are you?
I wish I was said Okaiba.
Jamie Nolan. I came here because of that guy who sent those people after me for my Blackfire Darkrange dragon. After that first attack from Vlad, I did some research on the dual and Sino dragons. Turns out there will be people who've been seeking them that have gone after others who had them. And I saw that you were their main target. So I figured I might as well come here and get some answers. If I found you, that is.
I see. Well, I do have explanation for some stuff. I have a lot of explanation.
Holy
Hi,
crap,
Jump
I thought
Tigron.
you would never wake up.
Jump Synchron, it's you.
Holy crap, I thought this Dual Guardian guy will never be done with this exposition crap.
Fair enough. Happy to see you too.
Dookie? Hello? Are you okay?
No, I'm talking about Junk
sorry, I was
Synchron.
talking to
What?
Junk Synchron and
I'm just here talking about Junk. What? Synchron. My Junk
Okay,
says
my
hi. What?
friend,
Synchron.
You hit your head when you fell after your loss.
Hello,
to
Boss got
Jonathan.
time abridged.
I believe him.
What?
I said I believe him in talking to Joe Synchron.
Oh, so you have a dual spirit of your own?
Something like that.
I have Neo Ultimate Blue Eyes Soul Uber Ultimate Shiner Dragon. Or so like a dark counterpart.
Well,
You guys are in form
I
of
guess I
chaos.
should probably explain what happened while I was unconscious because while I was unconscious, I was inside of my head talking to a being known as the Dual Guardian. He told. Oh, what the fuck?
What the hell?
Guys, the burger joint just opened.
Oh god. Oh god. Dookie, are you okay?
No, I died.
Vincent!
Dookie, who is this?
Oh, this is Vincent. He used to be a higher-ranking member of Sector Security, and well, he recently became a Lancer. He was also a long-time friend of my parents before they died. So after they died, he essentially adopted me and my brother Daniel. So basically, he's our stepdad at this point.
Good guy then. Nice to see more development for him.
It's Tornado. What are you doing here? Well, I was in the middle of a Lancer-related mission, and then I got the news of what happened to you, Daniel, and your friends. And as soon as I heard that, I rushed to finish the mission as soon as I possibly can, making a lot of reckless moves in the process, which kinda led to a lot of my partners getting hurt. And as soon as I was done with that mission, I was rushing here to see if I can find you.
I found you, by the way.
God, I'm so sorry that I wasn't there for you and Daniel when you needed me. It's alright, dude. I mean,
Apparently he's
Daniel
still
Lancer
alive,
is not
so,
an easy job, so it's understandable. Dookie, why is a dangerous criminal in the same room as you? A dangerous criminal?
Whoa, listen here. Just because Roche is my old partner doesn't mean that...
He's talking about me, fool.
What?
I didn't tell you this, but I'm the leader of the Dragonia gang, one of the largest gangs in the world. And known throughout as well.
I ain't saying crap.
Oh my god!
Explain yourself, criminal!
Wait, no conflict here. We are all on the same side here, understood? Oh, Jamie and Lee here saved me, Daniel, Zach, and Sam. Once we lost our duels, we were unconscious, and when they found out, they called a hospital to pick us up.
So it can't be all
They
bad.
saved our lives. Oh. Well, I guess that I have to thank you then.
And those guys are after me as well. And considering we share a common enemy, if I deem you, any of you, worthy, then you shall have a powerful ally. Then again, you guys lost. So I'm not sure if any of you are that worthy.
Well, in the end,
then
Jamie
why
lost a lot
are you
more than
still
that.
Here? The door is here. Just go out. Or even better, there's the window. Jump out the window.
I'm to help because you
Why don't you go build a bridge and jump off it?
And despite the fact that you lost, you're still alive and kicking. So I'm willing to give you a chance to prove to me that you deserve my help, that you are worthy of it.
Very well then. Fine enough. Also, two things. First of all, where did you get that fedora from, Nuki? It looks familiar.
I took it out of my dream. Ever since
I'll
Friday
explain that in a
13th?
moment, but first,
got
what
to
else
bring
did
it
you
with
want
me.
to say? Well, I'm not alone here. I came here with a classmate of yours. I was running faster up the stairs, which is why he's not here yet. He should be here in any second now. Classmate? Who could? Wait, is it?
Hello? Is this the right room, Vincent?
Damn straight it was!
Hey then!
Literally what everyone thinking who was watching
God
was
you're
thinking.
alive. I was worried about what happened.
I was worried about what happened to you. Your 2025 was shit. All people's 2025 was shit, but yours
I
especially.
feel very crowded in this room, I have to say.
Glad you're still with us, buddy. At the time it's
Yeah.
coming out at Universal
It is.
Studios.
Well, besides coming here to visit me, is there any other particular reason you're here?
Well, I heard what happened, and I was thinking that I could help you with this Jonathan guy and everything.
Well, are you sure though? I mean...
Man's going through some
it's not
sacred
that safe. You know
journeys.
what happened to me and the others, right?
Yeah, I know that, but I think I could still help you, Dookie. I mean, my deck has gotten a lot of support, and I'm planning to kick some ass with it.
Alright
Years
then.
later, and that statement remains true.
Well,
Turns
I
out
suggest you have to
Cybers
sit
gets a
down.
lot of stuff. Who guessed?
This is going to be a long story, you see.
Dookie, I just got an Overframe card, and your spirit did too!
I met the being known as the Dual Guardian, which is a being that I've been in contact for a very long time until I lost all contact with it. And he explained me a lot. He told me a very long story about the whole universe. The whole history of the universe. There's so much that he told me about. It's a very big story, and I'm pretty sure that's enough info for us to, understand what's happening here. So we'll sit down and listen to me carefully.
No, Dookie, I demand that you give us another 40-minute speech as to the entire history of the universe. Do it now.
And that's all he told me. It's a very big story. And quite unbelievable, isn't it?
What was this about links and pendulums? Ah, crap, I was supposed to tell anyone about that.
You're the chosen one. You freaking lost.
Hey, shut up, jerk! Don't be mean to him. Do you have any idea what this means to him and what he's gone through right now?
It's alright, Aiden. He's right.
Even the chosen one
I'm
loses from
supposed to be
time
the
to
chosen
time.
one
It
and I
matters,
still
it only
lost.
matters how they win
I
in the
really need to
end.
improve myself. And to do that, I'll need to pass the test in the realm of Dual Guardians. And to do that, we'll need to find a way to get there, to open the portal to that place. Well, I find all of this hard to believe, but the things
Why
that
is Jamie
I've been
so
through
zoomed
as a
in? Is there
member
like
of Sector Security previously,
ID
and
stuff or
as
something
now
going
a
on?
Lancer,
I don't know why we're so
I
zoomed
think the
in.
things that I've been through tell me otherwise, so...
He was just where he was
Yeah.
filming, he didn't want
I'm
it
willing to listen
public
to
or
all of
something.
this.
I don't know.
And to believe in it.
Or was a pigsty.
Okay, listen, I am the science guy here and all that, so I find all of this pretty
Or
hard to
blend
believe.
in the
so-
background because it looks like we're in
Yeah.
separate rooms, but ain't
But
give a
I'm still
crap.
willing
We
to
don't give a
help
crap either.
because somebody needs to fix the wrongs of my friend Roche, and since he's not the one who's going to do it, I will have to do it instead.
I ain't helping with that.
What?
But Jamie, we need to do this if we want to defeat Zoltan!
Listen, buddy, don't get me wrong. I'm still willing to help, but I'm not going to help anyone get more powerful than I am. If anyone is going to get more powerful, it's me.
Huh? I knew we couldn't trust him. He's a goddamn criminal.
You want to go, Lancer? Because we can go right now.
Person.
Maybe some other time.
An egomaniac,
I have no
that would've
time
been better.
to deal with you.
Suit yourself.
Well, I guess I have to now inform Lancers and Sector Security about this. But before I go and do that, there is something else that I need to tell all of you.
What is it, Vincent?
Well, I have some new info regarding the new rules that will be implemented in the game starting tomorrow.
Huh? New rules?
Digital.
First of the new rules is, due to the fact that some people wanted to play on 4,000 life points, the Industrial Illusions decided that
Seeing all the anime
that some
references.
countries will be playing on 8,000 life points, while others will be playing on 4,000 life points. And due to the fact that a lot of countries that, like more than 50% of countries that were playing on 4,000 life points were complaining that those rules were
FTKs.
too short, from now on, the rest of the world will also be playing on 8,000 life points. This was done to shut up
The alternatives
all of
was
those
just nerf every
anime
burn
watchers
card.
that, you know, just
Except
wanted to
for
play on
tax
4,000
dragons.
life points instead of 8,000 to be more accurate to the show.
Well, that's nothing new to me.
Also to the
They
show,
play
showing
by those
that
exact
the
same
anime is
rules.
canon to the
Except for that
Dragonverse.
time I do it lab. Because he was bringing a bit of home field advantage with it.
Well, yeah. But this next rule is probably going to piss off Dookie the most.
Why me?
Why me? Yeah, you might want to continue sitting down. You see, from now on, during the first turn of the duel, the turned player will not be drawing for their turn.
Are you serious?
Well, that's stupid.
It
Oh,
is.
come on, that's stupid!
I still don't like that rule.
All of my decks
I've grown
are
up with
so
it.
crap.
We've had
My
no
decks
draws
are
longer than we've had
easy to
yes
draw.
draws, but still.
I have no comment on this shit.
I'm just here for the ride.
There have also been changes to the tag duel rules.
Please tell me the tag duel rules will be better than whatever the hell this first turn draw thing was.
I'll let you be the judge of that. Thanks to some implementations on dual discs thanks to dual corps work, now when a tag partner places a card on their dual disc, the dual disc of their the other player in the tag team will display a holographic image in the same column where the tag partner plays their own
So we're
card.
sharing a zone,
for
basically.
example, if I were to place a card here on the dual disc, on my dual disc, my tag partner will have a holographic display on his dual disc on the same spot. So and also when a player would open their graveyard or banner zone to see their
There's
cards,
also explain why
they
different
can
cards in
only
Spell Trap Zone they
holographically,
never
which
set.
means
Just
now
to
they
explain
can
that
also
future
look
stuff.
at, when they look at their graveyard and banish zone, now they will be also able to see their partner's banished cards and
This is just going to
cards
make
in
it
their
for ease of
graveyard.
filming and all
Which
that
means
when switching
the
between
only
people.
things that are to your own are your hands, your decks, and your extra decks. Everything else
I think
you
we've
share
had a
with
tag
your
duel in
partner
Dragon
or
Warriors
tag
yet,
partner.
so that wasn't much of a problem.
That's that.
We will, though, later,
I see. That does make things more interesting.
I guess.
And easier. For example, usually you would have to wait for everyone else to have a turn. However, since we share a field, we can at least attack now that if we get a monster on the field. Unlike that stupid rule before.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a lot easier for all players to follow the game because the whole tag partner thing is going to make it a lot easier for players to remember what's on both players' field and in graveyards.
True.
Not to mention, now you don't have to rely on your partner to either protect you or to make more plays with their cards, because now when your turn starts, you have complete control over all of your cards and all the cards that your partner left you in on the field, in the graveyard, and in the banish zone. So basically, you're in full
Don't you
control
mean
of everything.
your banishment wasn't a thing yet?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Well,
that was not so
It
bad.
does make tag duels easier. However, it's still shame about the first turn draw rule.
Yeah,
It
no
still
fixing that.
sucks.
Well, it's industrial illusions. What can I do about it?
Ha!
Wait, industrial illusions? I thought they called themselves Konami now. Yeah, they changed it back to Industry of Illusions. The Konami name didn't really stick well with them, which is why they changed back. Well, anyway, I should probably be on my merry way now.
So in this universe, they were Industrial Illusions tried to rebrand to Konami. No one liked it. They went back to Industrial Illusions.
We'll be okay,
To be fair,
Vincent.
I've heard some similar things happen once in a while.
Also, Nolan,
What?
Change their name to a more
please
popular
watch
thing,
over
but
Vicky for me.
no one likes
Do
it,
I
so they
look
go
like
back.
a babysitter to you?
Yes.
Yes, bye now.
Why you? Fine. I watch over you, Dookie, but only because we are allies in this war, and nothing more.
I don't need that goddamn babysitter.
I don't like you, I
correct
think,
me if I'm
Babaka.
mistaken, because considering your last performance against Jonathan, I'd say that you do need a babysitter, Dookie.
Oh, hush.
Yes, I must
Can't
agree
I have
on
you
that
as my
one.
babysitter instead, Aiden?
Oh, fine.
So what now, guys?
Well,
Look out for
Aiden,
Mal
I'll wait
Dominoes.
for Sam to wake up so we can tell him the whole story, and then we'll have to find a way to get to the World Duel Guardians. And since Jamie doesn't want to help us because he's egotistical,
Screw you.
you and Leah will have to duel against me and Sam in order to get enough duel energy to open the portal.
Alright, I think we'll probably have a duel in the span of a few days. I really hope that we can do this. I got some new support for my deck, and if we get enough duel energy, we can open the portal.
Well,
That'd be ideal.
I don't know if I'm strong enough to help with this, but I'll try my hardest to help you get to the World of Duel Guardians.
We can only hope, guys. I need to fix my deck. Since I lost my Black Rose Dragon, I need to find a new way to, like, do something. I don't know. If I felt my Black Rose now again.
Now that Tuki has more people with him, the war has raged on for eons will soon continue, with more destined duelists coming together in one big clash. Oh, this was on screen for longer, so I didn't need to rush as much. Oh well, good for it. The ancient power of Tuki's ancestors is in him, is for him to take control and defeat the enemy of the whole universe. I'm glad it's on screen for longer now, it gives him more time. I appreciate that. The power of gods of Synchros is mighty, but it will take courage and determination for its chosen champion to make it stronger, evolving it further. The first battle has been lost, but the real battle is about to begin. It shall involve more than just our heroes, and the chaos of this war will be unimaginable. Over the cast of these bloopers. But first bloopers. I always like these.
Jamie Nolan. I came here because of that dickhead who sent freaking.
Did he green screen a black door behind him? Yeah, that's why we're so zoomed in. He had a green screen behind him. Actually, if there's a green screen behind, that actually does perfectly explain why we're so zoomed in on Jamie's face. The green screen.
Well, fuck. That was way back.
Man. Been there.
Indeed you do. I was basically a god through most of your life after your parents died. After your father died. And also...
Ah, screw it.
Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. Jesus.
Do like the ethereal whites with the t-shirt.
I'm willing to tell you
Even though it's
the
black
whole
and white, does
story
help
of
play
how
into the
we got
Guardian
this point.
Angel Dual
If
Guardian
you want to
thing.
continue your fight...
Please put short 25 cents.
Simple. As I already told you, we Dual Guardians are basically all one being who is split in multiple pieces. Basically like a giant hive mind. I see what all the other Dual Guardians see. I hear what all the other Dual Guardians hear.
I pee what all the other Dual Guardians
I
drink.
can see a Dual Guardian in the future losing to a pendulum player in front of a pyramid. I can see...
And then it was muted.
I see the whole future.
Oh wait, no, it was muted. Yeah, it was muted. That's why it was muted, because it was a spoiler. That took me a second. I was like, oh crap, what did he say? You say a slur or something?
I just kept it because I wanted for you to, grow up a little bit. I don't mean any offense with that. I just wanted you to grow up a little bit so...
You fit into this hat.
Feel like your dad. And honestly, I feel like that if I give you this, you're just gonna look like your dad. Basically...
You're gonna look too much like your dad. You can't have it anymore. I want to get confused.
I can't think.
Curly sounds. Horse sounds now. And that's the end of episode 16 of Dragon Warriors History Lesson. Got the entire history of the universe where there was a god who made more gods, and then they decided to become rulers of the world and create the whole other things, and then there were demons, and demons did their own evil things, making their own ancestors. They were also their own freaking... So much explained. It's just a freaking lore dump episode, really. The main takeaway is that there were gods, and they created mini-gods, and then there were many devils too, and then they created their own little disciples things with the freaking ciphers being a god as well, with the shooting quasar dragon and cosmic quasar dragon being the final form. And then they make their own form of freaking pendulums and links that were in the past, but also spoilers for the future at the same time, because shut up. They all fought off against Ultimate Zulkin, who absorbed the powers of Dawn 1000. And then we got lost in time because of the Sacred War that all happened. And now we are dealing with the consequences and all that evil coming back up again in order to rain havoc on everything. It was a lot explained, a whole lot happened, and a whole lot of freaking talking with each other. I know this is like one of those monkey paw curls sort of things where it's like, hey, I'm getting tired of all this Yu-Gi-Oh! And my Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff. Monkey's paw curls. It's like, here's the alternative. It's like, I feel like there's a middle ground somewhere. Bleh. Oh, well, we were bound to learn about the lore eventually. At least it didn't happen, like, in the middle of a climactic duel where everything's on the line or something like that. Arc 5. Oy. But, oy. So, the main takeaway, though, is that Shooting Cyber Dragon is a god of synchro monsters. There are other gods of rituals and fusion, most of which were made after the fact. The Xyz is the Dawn 1000 counterpart. The Light and Dark and Dragon are very important. Dark Fluid and frickin' Zark are important to the fusion in lore because they create Pendulum, and then the ritual lore because they create links, although they don't exist yet because it was lots of time after the battle with Zulkin, who absorbed the powers of Dawn 1000. And now Zulkin is coming back for revenge and wants to destroy everything and everything impossible because he is Satan and he's going to do that sort of fucked up shit. And we have to make sure he does that. Now Dookie has his own gang of merry pals who will then do it thanks to the help of Tornado, his previous friends, Jamie, and Aiden, who will lend to help him. Also the other guy as well. So we got a whole crew of people who will lend to help us fight off against the power of Zulkin. We just gotta go ahead and deal with those inheritor duels thanks to finding the dual guardians. And that's what we're going to be dealing with in future episodes. So much talking, and I'm still trying to grab my mind around, but whatever. Most of it isn't canon anymore anyway, so who cares? Oy. But at the end of the day, that's the history lesson, and that's why a lot of people fall asleep during history class. But whatever. It is what it is, and it's out of the way, and it was interesting lore, and I do appreciate Dookie and give him kudos for giving all of that whole lecture in basically one take. So that was pretty impressive in its own right, so good work there, Dookie. And it was nice to see the entire crew, at least at the time, together, and minus one guy was the entire crew that's still around today. So it was nice to have one like big crossover essentially, so that was pretty dang nice as well. And yeah, that's everything. I could have sworn though that frickin' Shmirko no More showed up and Garrett showed up in this episode, but no, I guess that was a Mandela effect. I guess it's just because everyone else showed up, they figured he did too. Nope. I don't think maybe he just doesn't show up in original Dragon Wars. I said that I was going to show up in the friggin' last passable second. You never know. But anyway, yeah, that's the end of the history lesson. We have now learned the history of the Dragonverse. And what we will do with this history, I guess we'll have to find out more about stuff that's going to happen in Inheritor Duels next time. At least in the next episode, it's freaking short as hell. And then we get another long one. Ugh. Oh well, I guess that's a problem for a future time. But until that future time, I thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see all of you next time. Later.